hell, I don't know you be on Facebook. You know what would be funny? What is the people be looking at old memes of they talk about NBA, what did it be? NBA Live. This for Karl
Oh,
Malone, NBA Live. But they be doing it on purpose. They have a picture of somebody else on it. I don't
yeah,
know you
picture
be
of
seeing.
somebody else. Yeah, I've been seeing that.
I'm
Some
like,
folks
these
said,
people.
some folks said just Jamal Mashburn. Man, that was some actor dude that had on there. He said
I start following folks.
Jamal Mashburn in 2K2, and it was some dude that played in the movie. I forgot his name. I was like, I said these folks need to cut their mess out, but
And those
hey,
graphics be terrible.
no graphics be terrible. But you know what memes be getting me when them folks somebody will say something and then they'll do like a replay, but they'll speed it up. And then like that one I posted with Big Boy from ATL. And then
Uh-huh.
he said he said he said, "Nah, I know that ain't who I think it is." And then they sped it up. So they said, they said, they said, "I know that ain't who I think it is." And then they sped it up and then they slowed it down over and over again. I was like, I said, man, the people who come up with this stuff is like it's so simple, but it be so funny
It'd be so funny. I like my people talented, boy.
when you ain't lying, bro.
Well, you be all day on TikTok and Instagram just laugh. People stupid, but
You ain't lying.
ooh, they go ahead and get it out the way. Well, we already talked about it. Uh, but we're gonna pick it back on it. Uh, Shannon Sharpe, I think he doing. I ain't gonna say pretty good, but I think you think he going about it the right way? He's staying busy. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
He's staying busy. Like every time he still uploading videos like he should. Like, cause he got Nightcap and Uncle Say. I'm like, he's staying busy. I like that. You know.
Let me let me tell you how smart he is, and to pick up is pretty much exactly what you said. Like you think about it, he removed himself from the only platform he can't control, which is
Mm,
ESPN. He took himself off of that. So like with Club Shay Shay and Nightcap, that's 100% his. So he can do and say whatever he wants. He can't be censored. So and the good news about it is that public slander won't work. Media slander, propaganda, it won't work because he got two profiles. He got two, excuse me, shows and two things he can get on and speak his piece. So it's genius if you ask me. And then on top of that, which keep him busy because Nightcap still getting the views.
mm.
Club Shay Shay still getting the views, so he's still making money. So he's doing right.
Cause I like like you said, you might well turn what they said, lemons to lemonade.
Yep.
Might well go and turn into something profitable. You know you're gonna get the
Right.
views and stuff. You
Right.
know, that's something you could have helped in a long years ago or back in the day, but hey, you at this point now, so might well just uh drove some more revenue towards your
Right.
YouTube channel to
Right.
help you fight the case or wait for it to die down. And
Hmm.
I know everybody making jokes and stuff about uh and the sharp and stuff like that. Some of them were funny, but I don't, I don't think he did none of that. I don't
No,
see it. I don't see it.
and if he did do some of the stuff, it was consensual. It wasn't like
Exactly.
it wasn't like what I'm saying it was against our will. He just trying to get paid, bro.
And a lot of this stuff we been doing get out of hand. Especially
Hmm.
what I heard today. They're saying Smokey Robinson got alleged victims now. I was like, come
Lord
on.
Hammers, you said Smokey Robinson got alleged victims now.
Yeah, talk about his I about to say nurses, but his housemates uh said that he messed with him. See, this is what I'm saying. It get out of hand because they know that it's a lane for them to get some type of money. So that's why
Yep.
they do it.
Yep.
And a lot of times, most of the people, instead of fighting and going through lawyers and court costs, they know a lot of these times people gonna sell it out, so they gonna do it
Yep.
anyway.
You know, I'm
So,
telling you, the penalty that they would have to spend time in jail or they would be fined so much money for not telling the truth.
hmm
That'll stop that type of stuff from happening.
exactly, and it's getting ridiculous now. So
Hmm.
hopefully soon they'll come up with some law or something. If you get caught lying or things of that nature, that it'll be severe consequences to that. Hey, we'll see.
Right.
All right, let's get into some NBA drama. NBA drama. Well, not necessarily. It is some drama. All right, let's first start with James Harden. I think you spoke about this last week. James Harden with coming with the playoffs. He's he always been like this. Choke artist, Paul in the playoff. Mm. And I
Yeah,
was going for the
man.
Clippers because I'm a Kawhi fan, but it just want their year.
Yeah, man. The usual suspect, man. Kawhi. I mean, Kawhi did his part. I think, saying a lot of people was trying to say that a lot of people was trying to say that him missing all those games kind of threw off the chemistry. But I mean, you got a game, you got a game seven, bro. That's one game, and you're going home. Come on, bro. That's just like us playing when we play them games, in the backyard, out there on the court.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's one game for everything. What up, Neat? Is one
Hold up,
game.
Lit.
It's one game for everything, and you don't. That's when you're supposed to have your best game, not your
Mm-hmm.
perfect game, but that's when you're supposed to have your best game. And for James Harden, because we were rooting for James. Well, I was rooting for James Harden to just shut the people up, man. Just come
He
through.
definitely didn't do that.
And he definitely did not do that. I think he had what, like 7 points or something like
Man
that.
had 7 points.
Bro, you can, in an elimination game, you can't do that, man. You
You
can't.
can't. That's unacceptable. Comes to that point, like you can't see this man during the regular season, but when it comes to playoffs, mm-hmm.
I saw a meme that meme said James Harden will get you to the playoffs. The rest of it is up to you.
Mhm.
I said, these folks dirty, bro.
What y'all think about Greg Popovich retiring?
That man ain't retired. That man the president now, ain't it?
Yeah,
What is
He's just leaving the court side.
the
yeah,
court side?
he's
Yeah.
president of basketball operations. So, um,
I mean,
all the decisions that they make, as far as the roster goes, he's like above the GM. So
Mm-hmm.
all decisions gonna have to go through him. But I think had he not had that stroke, that
mm,
um he would have continued to coach until he couldn't do it anymore. Remember, he lost his wife
Oh yeah.
about 4 years ago, or I don't know when, but he
R.I.P.
lost. But yeah, R.I.P. to Miss Popovich. He lost his wife, so like, I mean, what else he gonna do? He had the stroke. It was unfortunate, and I think the Spurs class organization, they made it to where he can still stick around, still do his stuff, still have input, and I think that's good because we don't want another what's the guy from Penn State?
I knew you
Not
about Joe
Uh,
Paul.
yeah,
Joe Paterno. Yeah, we don't want another one of them situations because you see him and you take something away that they pretty much
Hmm.
live for. They don't have too much longer after that, so it's good to keep him around the game, and good to see Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili still hanging around.
exactly. I liked that. That was they showed love. I liked
Mhm.
that. Plus, Pop, that's his purpose. So when you, like you said, Ken, you take that away, like
What you
they
got?
just what you got.
Yeah.
Mm. Hmm. Let's go. I see somebody was talking. There was
Excuse me.
Chad Johnson and Quentin Richardson. We're talking about what was the reason LeBron left Miami Heat? They had a heated debate. What you thought
Oh
was the
man,
reason?
Nick, you want to go first on this?
Oh, no, I can't even. I don't even have an answer for that.
The reason
You
why
go
he left
ahead,
the
Ken.
the reason why he left the Heat was I mean he even said it himself. It was that Pat Riley was too controlling.
Mm-hmm.
Pat Riley was the Miami Heat got that whole body fat test that you got to do every Saturday. For those who didn't know, that's why if you look back, that's why Shaq was probably in his best shape since Orlando when he was playing for the
Exactly.
Miami Heat because they
That jersey
do
was loose.
a they do a body fat test every Saturday, and it's into your contract. And don't if you don't meet the requirements, you get fined. You lose all your money. So um, LeBron likes chocolate chip cookies, and he always had them on the plane. I know y'all heard the story. Pat Riley came through there and had all that stuff removed off the plane, and LeBron was like, "Nah, this ain't gonna work." And that's on top of LeBron wanting to get Coach Spoelstra fired. It didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
Pat Riley said, "I run the team, not you. I like Spo. He's doing a good job. We gonna keep him." So just with all that being said, LeBron said, why not try to write let's write a new chapter. Let's go back to Cleveland, see if we can win one. So I mean, it worked out for both parties. I mean, well, Miami hadn't won since, but
Yeah, I
you
can see
know,
it from both. I can see it from both sides because from Pat Riley's side, like I don't care who you ain't gonna come in and just take over or things of that nature. But then again, if I were LeBron and I had his type of money, I don't have to deal with none of this.
right?
You get what I'm saying? So
I think ego
it's
had a
one of
lot
those
to
situations.
do. Yeah, ego had a lot to do with that, and that's from both sides because it's like
Mm,
LeBron was like, "Man, I'm the best player in the world. I ain't got to deal with this," and Pat Riley was like, "Man, I don't won championships before you even born. So,
mm.
you know what I'm saying?
I,
I ain't got to deal with this." So, it was just ego on both sides, but I mean, it is what it is.
we always say, no, I ain't gonna put words in your mouth, but I always said
Oh,
LeBron, if it was the better scenario, LeBron probably should have stayed in Miami if everything was perfect. Everything's not perfect. I think he would have won at least six, potentially up
uh,
there, up there. He would have potentially would have won more. And me personally, I would have. I ain't gonna say put him over Mike, but he be right there next, like
I
No.
don't
right,
know, Gene.
like
I,
right
I,
there. But
I
now
honestly think,
I don't even put him over Kobe now. But that's another story for another day. I don't even put him over Kobe. But
yeah. But I
Go
honestly
ahead.
think that last ring he got, that was gonna be the last one he got with Miami. Because
I
so,
agree.
that team was old and it was top heavy.
Yep, yep.
mm,
Like they literally had to rebuild that team.
I was just getting ready to say that. Nick, you hit it right on the head. Pause. Because if you think about it, I mean, Chris Bosh with the blood clot, that was gonna happen regardless. So that right there would have already took them out of championship contention.
mm,
And then I mean, it ain't like you can. I mean, yeah, they get a medical exemption, but they can't go out and sign nobody for the same. You know what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying? Like as a Chris Bosh, because he was still trying to come back at the same time. So they were gonna end up blowing that team up, just like Nee said. They were top heavy, and then they were top heavy with a bunch of old vets. Like what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
they had Udonis Haslam was getting long into Pauls. He was getting, you had all them old vets that was on the team. It was, I think that last ring he got, or the one that he lost, I should say, when they lost to the Spurs, and the Spurs got their fifth championship. That was his last chance, in my opinion, in the Miami Heat uniform that he was gonna get. So I think he did the right thing by leaving and going back to Cleveland. Because
you
he
think
was
that was
able.
part? You think that was part
Hmm?
of his? Now that wasn't the main part, but you think that was probably he looked at that too as far as leaving since they
I
were so
think
top heavy.
I think
On
he
your
was gonna
background now,
leave.
Mark.
I think he was gonna leave. I just didn't think he was gonna leave as soon as when it happened. So like
Mm-hmm.
the whole ego thing. I think Braun probably would have stayed a few more years. But I always thought that the plan was to eventually go back to Cleveland. Just not as early as he did. So I think it was always in the works. So it just so happened that happened a little sooner. So it all worked out.
Yeah, it did work out. It did work out.
Mhm.
All right, let's get into some current events as far as NBA. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The NBA playoffs been pretty good this year. I
Oh
ain't
yeah.
gonna even
Yeah.
front.
Oh yeah.
Not gonna even
Yeah.
front. Let's start with the Pacers and Cavs game.
Mhm.
Halliburton, is he not overrated no more? What y'all think? The playoff so far. That's the second time he been clutch this year. It's still early in the playoff.
Me?
Remember he scored on Giannis. Then now he won the game for him yesterday at the end. Halliburton ain't playing with him, but
If if we being honest, that man was never overrated for real. Like the man was averaging double digit assists. Like not gonna lie, some games he wouldn't score as much, but he was too busy. Like he's the reason why they call him overrated because this is the game that Halliburton plays is like more of an old school type of game. He reminds me of like John Stockton. Like
mm,
he like
Hmm.
the way that he plays. So like if John Stockton was playing today, yeah, they would call him overrated as well. So I don't think that he's overrated. I just think that, because what he's doing now, he was doing it last year.
mm,
So so I don't understand why, people like, well, you right, he probably ain't overrated because look at what he was doing. He was doing the same thing last year. So people just need to chill out, man. That whole man, who did that poll anyway? He for a while, man.
the people just be
Excuse
wanting the clicks and stuff. Because Halliburton he ain't had the most points on the team. He had 19.
me.
Miles Turner and Aaron Nesmith had
Oh, that's him, yo.
both had 23, and
Mm-hmm.
Pascal had 12.
Mm-hmm.
So and Obi talk who look dang just thought about it, Killer, and what name Benedict had 19 off
Yeah.
the bench.
Yeah.
God dang.
But look at the numbers of yeah, he didn't really have a high assist game either. Nemhard had the most assists, but you need somebody to get you a bucket. Halliburton gonna get you a bucket, bro. All I know is the Sacramento Kings looking real stupid right now because they had Halliburton and De'Aaron Fox, and they
Hmm.
said you know what, we can't have a 2 point guard backcourt, so they traded Tyrese and got Sabonis, which I guess it worked out for him. But then they turn around and trade De'Aaron. It's like, what y'all doing? So I
Mm.
don't know, man. It's weird energy, man.
And looking at some of this stuff, dang, Donovan Mitchell had 48. Jared Allen had 22. God damn.
Them niggas is
They for
taking
Cleveland.
L.
They still lost by one, but they played a complete game too.
Well,
God
um,
damn.
well, um, I think for Cleveland, um, they missing Darius Garland. He hadn't played since like game 2 of the Miami series, so they missing him. And
Mm.
Evan
Oh
Mobley
damn.
didn't. Evan Mobley hadn't played either. And Evan Mobley is the defensive player of the year. So as bad as it looks right now, if I'm the Cleveland Cavaliers, I'm not. Yeah, we kind of dug ourselves a hole, but we got our defensive player of the year, and our point guard hopefully should be coming back soon. So I think Cleveland may have a chance, but obviously they got to win game 3.
Mm. All right, let's move on to the Warriors versus the Timberwolves. The Warriors won 99-88 yesterday. Uh, who y'all got in this series again? Who y'all think
Mm.
coming out?
Um, it depends on if Steph Curry can play. I know he out for game 2,
Mm,
so with a hamstring strain. So it depends on if he can play the rest of the series and not be hampered. I think the Warriors pulling out a win in game 1 was the best thing that could possibly happen to him because that way you can let Steph Curry sit out game 2 and just say, well, if we lose game 2, we did what we needed to do. We came and we won a game on the road. Let's go home, see if we can win 2 straight.
Mm-hmm.
So give Steph Curry a chance to get some rest. So um um I think in this case, Junior, it might be too soon to say anything because we got a question mark with Steph Curry's injury. Not to mention, Anthony Edwards played bad in game 1. I mean, there ain't no doubt about that. He shot he shot 9 for 22.
mm-hmm.
He had 23 points. I think most of that came from free throw line. No, he didn't really get to the free throw line. He just
And I know he
I
was surprised when
don't
they
know.
said well they had the worst three point
Yeah,
percentage
why?
or game in playoff
Yeah,
history or something.
I don't know why he's surprised. He saw all them throwing up them bricks and shit. I mean, he just shot bad. His
Mhm.
coach Finch challenged him after the game and said, "Bro, you got to do better." So
Exactly. And everybody still talk about, we in that soft era now. Everybody still talking about Anthony talking about how he be talking shit. Me personally, I like that shit though.
hmm
And he back it up. Even though this game, he gotta come back. But it's one thing you talk shit and don't do nothing, but he talk shit and back it up. Ain't that wrong with it? 'Cause it's competitive a sport. And we in that soft era, like you can't be competitive. Like, hell no. It's different types of people being competitive. Some people talk, some people do not talk.
what up, Brett?
Hello.
But
Hey, I do.
he shows confidence. Even though everybody not gonna like it, it's not everybody cup of tea, but we're in sports. It's talk shit gonna happen.
Junior, I do want to. I'm gonna let somebody else get the floor, but I do want to say that Jimmy Butler has been real timid with his shot selection.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him pass up a lot of wide open shots. Listen, Steph Curry is not gonna be able to play tomorrow, so 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 Jimmy Butler, you gonna have to start being a little bit more aggressive. He only shot 7 for 20. Um, I think Draymond Green had like 18 points. He shot better than everybody. But
Mm-hmm.
um,
Out of all people here.
Mm-hmm.
and then one thing I do want to say is Moses Moody. Let me tell you something. Moses Moody out of Arkansas was a high draft pick for the Golden State Warriors and was supposed to be the future. Let me tell you something. In Game 7 against the Rockets, this man didn't score not 1 point. Also, in Game 1 against the Minnesota Timberwolves, he was 0 for 4, 0 for 1 for 3 point. Didn't score any points. He was a negative 14 in the plus minus category. Moses, come on, bro. Steve Kerr keep giving you opportunities, bro. Like now's your chance. I know a lot of people were saying that when Klay Thompson was there, he ain't had no shots.
Mm-hmm.
Klay Thompson been gone all year, bro. What we doing?
Yeah, that's because I'm looking at it right now, like you said, over 4, 9 minutes, 0 point. Come on now.
You
Come
see what I'm
on.
saying?
That's ridiculous. So it just say Timberwolves can pull out this series. Who has to show up besides Anthony Edwards for the Timberwolves?
What's that boy? What's that boy name? With Nas Reed.
Nas Reed played good last game.
Yeah, he came off the bench with 19 points. So he
Yeah,
doing his job.
But he gonna have to be consistent because ain't nobody else.
that is true. That is
Because
true.
Julius Randle came with 18 points.
He gonna get defense all the time, but he ain't consistent on offense.
Looking at their bench, some of their bench did pretty good. It just the percentage that Anthony Edwards shot kind of messed them up for real. That's why coach, like you said, coach called him out. 9 for 22 in 42 minutes. God damn.
Junior, what was your question again?
Who do you think who had to pull their weight for the Timberwolves to come out in this series if the Timberwolves should win?
You know what my answer is?
Who?
Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is because I know Julius' offense is inconsistent, and Nas Reed sometimes his offense. You know what? When Nas Reed's shot isn't going down, he started doing stuff like turning the ball over and start doing weird stuff. But let me tell you something. If Anthony Edwards show up and just do his thing, 30, 35 points a game. Excuse me. They got a real good chance of pulling this series off.
Turn your background on, Britt.
I bet.
Mm-hmm.
That's King back there talking.
But yeah. But I think I want the Timberwolves. I'm like you said, it's too early to tell. I don't know if the Timberwolves gonna pull out, but I want them to pull out.
No, where you go in the stop, yeah, you just do the.
All right, let's move on to the game that just ended today. The Knicks versus the Celtics. The Knicks came out on top again, 91-90.
Hey man, I don't know what Boston. I don't know what the hell Boston.
I think it's over with Boston. They gonna live by that 3. They gonna die by it too.
Hey, Junior.
What's up?
I have a real Knicks fan that want to speak on this matter. They just got a win tonight. So here goes our special guest.
All right.
Everybody give him a round of applause.
Look at this. So Pride.
What up?
How do everybody feel about the Knicks probably being in the 2025 NBA Final?
In the NBA Final, I don't know. They're gonna be in the NBA Final. I think they have a good enough chance to win in this series, though.
I think
we got everything you want. We got defense. We got the clutchest player of the year. We got the best big man in the East. What more do y'all want?
I agree. I agree with that. I think that they do have a great chance to get to the finals and win. And we ain't talking about just getting there. I think they got a great chance to get there and win because
this message was brought to you from Kit Kat.
listen, Jalen Brunson is balling. Even if the scoring just ain't really there, like his clutch, him being clutch, Mikal Bridges is taking defense to a new level. Karl Anthony Towns had the quietest 21-17 game I've ever seen.
I see that.
Josh Hart is
He did.
23 points from Josh Hart.
Towns had a quiet 21-17.
OG Anunoby had the most valuable 5 points I've ever seen in my life because I ain't never seen nobody make such an impact on the game and just score 5 points. Now, Boston, on the other hand, just to have 20-point lead in both games and blow it in the fourth quarter, I don't. It's old with. I
was about to say, I think the Knicks are good, but I think most of it falls on Boston, the way they playing. Cause they should be a 2-0 right now.
Yeah, for sure. But them, you know what, Nick? I agree with you, but I also looking at it on the other side, like if you're a championship team, you don't supposed to be blowing 20-point lead like this. Like when you got Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and you got
that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's their fault too. I'll say because the first game they shot 63 pointers and made 10. Why are you doing that? In this game right here, if I look at it, they shot 40 and made 10. Like they shooting themselves out the game.
Yeah. So they may have put themselves in a hole that they can't get out of, Paul. And I think with that being said, like if the Knicks advance, I mean they got the possibility of playing either Cleveland or Indiana. Both teams I think that they can beat. And coming out of the West, I mean, if they were to play a Timberwolves team or a Denver team or Oklahoma City, now they're gonna have a tough time with Oklahoma City if they play them. But I think if they play Denver, and I'm just all this is hypothetical, I think that the Knicks got the bodies, the big men, Paul, to throw at Nikola Jokic. So, Junior, I know we're getting off topic a little bit, but I just wanted to add that in. I was answering what's the guy name? I'm sorry.
Pride.
Yeah, Pride was answering his question. I think I really do think the Knicks have a chance of winning. So I'm
because
hyped. These playoffs hyped.
Yeah, I like this. Like the Knicks winning, like that's good for. I said it last year or 2 years ago when the Knicks were playing pretty good. That NBA doing pretty good then. But Jason Tatum only had 13 points. Jason Tatum was 1 for 5 for 3-point, 5 for 19. Shit, that's why they lost. Shit.
Did you see that last possession?
No, I missed that last possession.
It was awful, bro. Awful. I think that he had when the screen was set, when Horford set the screen at the top of the key, 3-point. I think he should have took that shot, but he drove into the defense and he went over to the strong side. But Mikal Bridges dropped down and was able to block his shot. And I'm thinking like if you got space, because his arc is so high, pause for his shot that like I think he could have just pulled up and had a chance of winning the game, but instead you just drive into the defense. Like, come on, Tatum, this is a championship team, bro. This is why it's so confusing for me.
Yep. But coming out that series, I actually want the Knicks to win that series. I would like to see them win it. So, Knicks, when the last time you saw Knicks play against the Celtics in the playoff? Seemed like been a minute.
Patrick Ewing getting his ass out there.
Where's that Patrick Ewing, eh?
Patrick Ewing getting his ass mopped. Mopped up, bro.
All right, let's go to, I don't know. If not the best series, one of the best series will be in the playoffs. Denver versus OKC. And this is a tough one. Who y'all got coming out this series? It might go 7.
I'm gonna stick with OKC on this one. I'm rolling with them. They up 13, 34-13. Well, 36-13 now. They got 36 in the first quarter.
I like OKC
they still got
too.
2 minutes left. They're gonna hit 40 before the end of the quarter.
I like OKC too, because I like Shea.
Ugly bad have something that always hit the shot.
But I don't know. But before we start talking about what's going on now, what's the man name that won the dunk contest? He won the game for him the other day, Kim. You saw that?
Oh, to my Aaron Gordon.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, that man didn't win the dunk contest. He should have won.
He should have won.
I can't stand him right now.
Yeah.
Yes, that was a excellent play by Russell Westbrook. Excellent shot by Aaron Gordon. Listen, this is tough, man. Oklahoma City is really good, bro. This team is really good. And I think that the only way this team, Jamal Murray for Denver, where you at, bro? Where you at? You got to show up, man. So far, this man got 2 points, 1 to 4 shooting. I know it's only the first quarter, but y'all down by 24 points already. So, like, bro, you gotta do something. I don't know, Gene.
That's Drew.
Yeah, I don't know. OKC, but I want Denver to win.
You said you want Denver to win?
Yeah, only because I want my boy Westbrook to
get him one.
I want him to get him one, bro. Bad.
Yeah, it'd be nice for him to get one because he has playing pretty decent. He coming off the bench, right?
Yeah, he played damn good. Matter of fact, shit, he playing good in this game. He leading the team in scoring. He hadn't missed a shot yet. And I know they playing like shit right now, but I mean Russell Westbrook is the only one that's keeping them in the game. That's why I hate how they slander this man. Like he has his because he like a Tasmanian devil. He have good games, he have bad games. But when he have a good game, you don't hear nothing. But when he have a bad game, they make sure to point that out. So I don't know, it's weird, but yeah.
That's crazy. All right, let's move on to some boxing. Maury,
I'm gonna fall back on this one. I don't know nothing about that.
The boxing match happened last week, Maury. I ain't gonna lie, they were boring with it.
Yeah, they put you to sleep. They like melatonin.
Rolly beat Ryan Garcia. Come on now.
After that double hook he put on to knock him down, he was never the same for the rest of that fight.
That's crazy. So what do you think they do to Ryan Garcia legacy?
Oh, it put a dent in him.
It put a dent in it.
It put a dent in him. He messed up the money because they wanted him to fight Devin Haney for a rematch, but that kind of threw it off right there. That loss kind of took a toll on it.
Speaking of Devin Haney, that fight was boring too, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
hell, boy, that was the most garbage fighting in the world. That ain't fighting. I don't know what he got going on. At this point, I'm convinced a normal person can beat him in fighting. If they see him on the street.
What?
I'm getting my money on the average nigga to beat him.
The average nigga. All right. Canelo. What about the Canelo fight, Mark?
Devin Haney ain't got it.
What about the Canelo
that dude
fight?
was running from Canelo the whole fight, so the fight wasn't really good. Canelo really couldn't do what he wanted. And the crazy thing, that man ran from Canelo the whole time and still lost the fight. All I can say is pull this fella. Don't worry about it. My boy got him next, though.
Canelo versus Crawford. Killing.
Yeah, my boy Bud.
I know you don't watch too much.
Go ahead and take him on.
Too much boxing, Killing, but you got to watch this fight.
Canelo versus Crawford. We need to go get some tickets. Some live tickets. We need to get some tickets to watch that fight.
Where it is?
Vegas.
Maurice, I got kids. I can't.
I was going to say the same thing.
Maurice, too early. All right, before we move on, Maurice, too early prediction. Canelo versus Crawford. Who you got? Which we already know, but who you got and why? Too early prediction.
Crawford, and he just outboxing.
It's just plain as that, bro.
Plain and simple as that. Ain't no explanation needed. He'll show you in action.
Maurice, you think I got a chance against Bud Crawford?
Cause I'm going to go in there and shoot that man.
Maurice, I'm coming.
To save you, I go in there and shoot.
Junior, folks gonna say, you can't bring that in here.
Sir, you can't bring it.
He go me. How else you think I'm gonna win this fight?
I see one video you posted where it showed this man was lifting all that weight, and then the show killer said, "Well, the man lifting all this weight. All it takes is one bullet."
You see that man, Jamari, that man was reaching inside her bag. I'm gonna tell my trainers to bring it in.
Before we end the episode tonight, let me look up something real quick. I don't know we have it in the news, but we're gonna look up something. All right. I'm just throwing something. Nick, I want Nick to hear this. All right, ESPN is reported willing to increase payments to the SEC if the conference goes to a 9-game schedule. We talk college football now.
What? What they mean by?
What they mean by it? Let me go in here. Bear with me, fellas. All right. Would the SEC be more willing to move to a 9-conference game if ESPN paid up? Blah, blah, blah.
You mean play each other 9 times?
There's no form of it said it depends on the playoff format shakes out. Blah blah blah. But they're not saying too much about it. They just say they open to. There's no formal offer yet. They're just open to this. This is according to Yahoo Sports. But I don't know how they gonna make that happen.
I don't know if Nick is on here or not, but the SEC is not going to agree to that.
What happened?
Because go ahead, Jane.
ESPN is reportedly willing to increase payments to the SEC if the conference goes to a 9-game schedule.
SEC ain't gonna do that, bro.
Why would they do that?
Yeah, they ain't gonna do that. Why beat on each other so many times just for by the time you get to the playoffs, the Big 12 team gonna beat it.
Fresh and ready to go.
Fresh and ready to go. Yeah.
You already the high paid conference at this point.
Right. They ain't gonna agree to that bullshit. They gonna have to come up with something, man.
I don't know way I can say they agree to that. Say you give them money, but the SEC championship game, it can't bear no weight on your outcome of the playoff.
I agree with that. But you know they gonna say, yeah, but they gonna say it gotta hold some weight. But they gonna so it's really 10 games. They gonna make them beat the hell out of each other 10 times.
10 games, that's crazy.
And then you got to think, because some teams get to dodge some other team. But shit, if you playing each other 9 times, nah, somebody gonna have to, and it's gonna hurt.
Why it smell like gas you put in your car in here?
What the?
On another note, Kim, your boy sound like they trying to get your boy to start over there. Well, up there.
Who?
Your Crimson Tide alumni.
Who? Tyler Watts.
Ooh. Jalen
Milroe. Damn, they must be down bad with quarterbacks over in Seattle. Now I ain't know they. No, they got look Sam Bradford. They done gave that man all that money. They gonna let him start. And he gonna be on a short leash though, because he get out there and start bucking up. They gonna say.
Them folks over there praising that man. What you say?
I mean, it ain't number rookie minicamp. Goddamn, let's wait till let's wait till everybody else get there. Nah, I mean that
Jordan.
We'll see.
Ain't that much college football. It's still too early for a lot of college football news as of right now.
They say they want Mirror to use the VR thing Jaden Daniels used in college.
That shit worked. That shit worked wonders for Daniels because he that wasn't the same LSU quarterback I saw the year before.
No.
So, I mean, I'm not saying Miro gonna come out there and play like Daniels, but what I'm saying is that shit did wonders for Daniels because he was reading the coverage definitely much better than when he was at LSU. So
I feel like Joe Burrow did the same thing.
You think so? Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really remember too much of Burrow except for when they were beating our ass. Goddamn, that's the only thing I remember, motherfucker. I don't think I remember. Smoking cigars and shit.
These coaches know what they doing, so I'm pretty sure they got an idea what they want to do with Milroe. I don't. I hope everything goes well, but we'll see.
I'm just glad he didn't go to New York or to the Giants because New York or the Saints because they were gonna fuck him up, man. That man will be doing podcasts with us, goddamn. After 2 years, they're fucking around with them.
Okay, before we end this episode, we're gonna talk about college. We ain't gonna go too deep, but college football politics.
I try to keep it busy when you say what's up, but
okay.
Mark, turn your background on, Mark. I mean, Brett. So we how can I phrase this question? Okay. Now the NIL deal kind of make all the teams kind of even in a way. They not even though, but kind of trying to make the playing field a little bit more even because the SEC was kind of taking over the game. But how can the SEC come back with the NIL? Not NIL. How can they make it still more dominant towards them? More favorable towards them.
The only team I had coming out the SEC this past season was Texas, and they failed because I knew the SEC was gonna have a down year. I mean, Alabama was down, Georgia was down. I'm surprised Georgia got 10 wins. I was expecting 9-3. The only team I seen was Texas because they had a stacked team, but as far as I know, I think the SEC they're gonna be all right.
You think they're still gonna be you think they're still gonna be the more dominant? We still see it with the players, but it's just say the next 5 years. You think the SEC is still gonna be the most dominant conference?
I mean, the next 5 years, I don't think NIL gonna be the same. They're gonna tune this shit down.
Yeah, it's gonna be more strict as the years go. Excuse me. What I would say, Junior, is that I actually think that the only thing that NIL affected was depth, like team depth, because like as before, where like Alabama or Georgia have you'll have a running back and then you got 4 starters behind the starting running back. Like I just think that instead of saying what, I ain't finna sit behind nobody for 3 years, I'm finna go over here to William and Mary and get $5 million. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it just affected depth, but like I think the true players gonna still want to go to the SEC teams and still get that notoriety, because that's one thing NIL can't do is give you notoriety, because you could be making $3 million and we see you on TV one time. So
and the thing is, I don't even think the NIL made the playing field even. Like if you think about it, all them 5-star players that took the NIL deal, how often do you hear from like they making big plays on the field? You don't.
Because I think at the end of the day, it's still the kids don't think it like this, but their parents need to start making them think like this. It's still a business decision. Like, what teams can I go to that gonna give me the best opportunity to get to the next level, and also the best education along with the discipline?
Oh, they ain't looking at that right now. They get millions of dollars to not look at it.
But I think a few of them are doing that, but still, like you said, what Killen made a great point is the depth. They changed the depth, but they still gonna go to the certain programs like the Ohio States, Alabama, Georgia. Still gonna go to those certain programs because they still produce at a high level. Not that they're still gonna go to those schools, but like you said, they still have, from the college football player standpoint, they still have options if everything don't pan out right. Well, they had options then, but you know.
I do want to say something about that transfer portal as well. Like, I think that this year was a huge example of players leaving to quote unquote increase their draft stock, and it didn't work out. So
failed miserably.
I actually think that, you know, some players are gonna say, you know what, if I got a chance to improve my draft stock here and I ain't got somebody coming in that's gonna take my spot for real, I'm just gonna stay here, because me trying to go into another system, trying to do this and start with another team to improve my draft stock, it hadn't worked for everybody else. I don't think I need to. I might need to chill out. So I ain't saying that players ain't gonna jump in the transfer portal no more, because money's still gonna talk. But if it's not about the money, if it's about draft stock, I think players are gonna think twice about transferring to another school.
Middle linebacker for Georgia, Jamon Dumas Johnson. He was a starting linebacker. He went to the transfer portal, went to Kentucky, went undrafted.
I ain't gonna say no names. Isaiah Bond. And,
Isaiah Bond did the same thing.
You know, I know he got that charge pending, but I think that charge may be looking favorable for him. So, but still, he probably should have stayed his ass at Bama. But hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, a lot of them not even patient. I think when they go to a program, it depends how far you're on the depth chart, but when you go to a program, spend there a minimum of 2 years. You know, that first year you might not get what you're looking for, but the second year, you for sure where you at, then you could transfer. But they be waiting to transfer months into arriving if it don't go right.
But hell, Isaiah Bond wouldn't even. I still don't understand why he left, because when he transferred to Texas, he still wasn't number one wide receiver. So I don't understand what was the reason for doing it. And if he was talking about, you know, the quarterback situation, I mean, Texas, you know, by far had the better quarterbacks, but I mean, they still had a little issue of their own, because, you know, you don't know who the hell the quarterback was going to be, goddamn, and whether you got chemistry with this quarterback or not. So I don't know. I can see if Isaiah Bond went to Ohio State or some shit like that, but like to leave Alabama and go to Texas, like I don't know, man. But anyway, I know that shit's in the past. I'm just confused as hell about that shit, man.
Yeah. All right, before we dip out, Kel, you think Alabama cooking up right now?
Hell no. You talking about
You talking about the basketball team?
You talking about the basketball team? Because when I tell you, I have no expectations for these motherfuckers until I hell no. Nah. That's all I got right now.
Neat. Georgia cooking up?
No. Defense gonna be horrible. I mean, I ain't watched no game this year.
I'll tell you.
So Alabama going back to normal.
Probably so. Britt, you hear me, Britt?
Yeah, I just think this year gonna be.
Watch this, Britt.
That's right.
Neat. I tell you who cooking up, Neat. Colorado cooking up.
That boy ain't saying nothing.
Anybody got time?
But yet they need to leave Deion Sanders alone. They still be talking shit about Deion.
Shit, Deion probably looking around that locker room like, I don't fucked up by saying
Man, I'm telling y'all, not Deion.
Trevor Hunter was that whole team. That man on.
He just signed a contract.
They gonna sue Deion Sanders' ass for getting all that shit built up in there. You know, all that shit built. These folks ain't finna go 500.
That's all they
Gotta get back.
Them folks done made all that money back. They'll be all right.
This Deion Sanders last year. I'm telling y'all.
Man, that man gonna be in the NFL. Goddamn, that man gonna say fuck this shit.
This is last year. Who the fuck want to stay in Colorado? Even though where they at is pretty nice though, but still, hell no.
That man ain't had no recruits come in to replace what he lost.
Exactly. Exactly. He should have left this shit with the kid. But I guess he want them to see.
Nah, what you call him on that bullshit? What's his name? Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones.
Yeah, he going to the NFL. It just because I see it just say he go below 500. And he trying to leave. You think another college football team to pick him up? Or if he just NFL bound.
I think college done for him.
Yeah, I think he either gonna stay at Colorado or he going to NFL. I don't think he gonna, even if an SEC school come calling. Like I don't think. You know what? I'll take that.
I don't think he want no problems because he got put in. He sure enough got put more work in SEC.
But you know what? I'll take that back. Well, I think Florida State might be the only team that can get him. And that's he might not even want to do that shit. Yeah, NFL. NFL. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, NFL, and that's it. Yeah. And he be coaching his he should have that defensive back son on his team.
Raheem Morris for Atlanta Falcons. He got one more year to blow a good start and not making the playoffs. And it's gonna be over with.
So Killer, what you saying?
I hope he go 1-12.
Killer, what you saying? It's a possibility Deion might go back to Atlanta.
I'm saying that
right here. We the first one. You the first one.
First one. Right here on May. What's today?
I see that shit now. I see that shit now.
Raheem Morris. Look, if you, I know you listen because ESPN listen. They be stealing shit. Listen, Raheem Morris. If you fuck this shit up this year, Deion Sanders is your next head coach for the Atlanta Falcons. Motherfucker, Deion Sanders. Penix. If Penix don't come through, should do a Sanders. Goddamn, I don't give a damn if they pick him up off the practice squad. Shiloh, goddamn, everybody look. Whoever the videographer is for Atlanta, you better take some good pictures this year, because if not, Deion Sanders Jr. coming for your spot, goddamn. Right here, you heard it right here first.
In Atlanta too. In Atlanta too. Woo.
Yep. And we look, our black ass gonna be flocking to Atlanta to see Coach.
So you probably need to have our ass up there.
Have us up there. The whole goddamn riot gonna break out up there, bro.
Still, somebody gonna get trampled.
Somebody gonna get trampled, goddamn. It gonna be so controversial up there, but we gonna be feeding into the fire, goddamn.
All right. Anybody got some last remarks before we end it?
Niggas having a conference meeting over there.
Conference meeting.
But turn your background on.
It's them. It's them. They the background. Oh man.
Well, I guess we'll end this episode on this note. Deion Sanders in Atlanta next year.
Raheem Morris, we gonna keep an eye on them motherfuckers all year. All right, everybody, y'all please like, subscribe to the channel. Please like, subscribe to the channel. Tell your friend, tell your mama them, tell your cousin, tell everybody. Join. Tell
your business partner.
Everybody.
Tell everybody.
Agent, everybody.
Exactly. All right, fellas. Next time.
All
right.
All right.